Joining us now to respond, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer and House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith. Gentlemen, welcome back. Appreciate it. All right, Jason, let me start with you tonight. And you brought the whistleblowers back in, and we learned an awful lot in the last 24 hours. Can you bring everybody up to speed?
Absolutely, Sean. It's great to be with you. We had a 7-hour hearing, and the whistleblowers provided over 56 pages of new documentations. President Biden has said that he has not known anything about his son Hunter Biden's business dealings. Well, we have 327 emails that prove otherwise. In fact, 54 emails came from President Biden and his fake alias accounts to Hunter Biden's business associate, Eric Schwerin, who was the architect of all of these shell corporations that Hunter Biden used to pass millions of dollars through foreign entities and then to a lot of his family members.
Let's talk about what are in these emails and how does it specifically implicate the president himself. I mean, we know Hunter says that he gave half his income to Pops. We know he complained bitterly about paying for Pops' home repairs. We know, that 10% was set aside from the big guy. And we also know the bribery statute does not mandate that if he, as vice president, takes an action that benefits somebody in his family, that would be bribery by law, wouldn't it?
It would be. One of the emails that the whistleblowers uncovered was an email from Kevin Morris to the tax preparer of Hunter Biden's that said that they needed to take care of Hunter Biden's tax problems, which was about $2 million at that time, and said if they didn't, they would be facing great personal and political risk. The political risk of that, Sean, was the fact that it was 3 weeks before Super Tuesday in February of 2020. That political risk was the election of Joe Biden.
All right, let me ask you, James Comer, both you and Jim Jordan on judiciary have now threatened to hold Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress, and I believe that includes Joe's brother, James Biden, if they fail to show up after the subpoena that you sent them. What actions will you take?
Well, we'll hold them in contempt. I mean, we've issued lawful subpoenas. I'm hopeful they'll both show up. I have more confidence that Jim Biden's going to show up than I do Hunter. You're seeing today rhetoric from the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee openly encouraging Hunter Biden not to show up. I mean, the Democrats on the Oversight Committee have obstructed this credible investigation just as much as the Biden legal team, just as much as the mainstream media and all these government agencies who are supposed to be investigating. But we're going to hold Hunter Biden accountable if he doesn't show up for the subpoena. Sean, we looked, and Donald Trump's immediate family testified in depositions on the January 6th committee for 18 hours. 18 hours. Donald Trump's family showed up for depositions when they were subpoenaed by the January 6th committee. But the Bidens think the law doesn't apply to them, that they're special and they aren't going to show up. I mean, there's more evidence now about Hunter Biden than most criminals that have to show up for depositions in big-time legal cases. So he's going to be there, or we're going to hold him accountable.
Exit question for both of you. Jason Smith, do you believe that your committee and Chairman Comer's committee and Chairman Jordan's committee have now accumulated enough evidence that, at least on a prima facie level, a case can be made that Joe Biden was involved in bribery as vice president, that he took a specific official action in exchange for a benefit financially for his family?
We have over 1,100 pages of documentation that came from the 2 IRS whistleblowers that came before the Ways and Means Committee. There's numerous examples in those 1,100 pages that show that, in fact, Joe Biden had helped his son in a lot of business dealings. In fact, from the sense of, I believe that they've used Air Force Two more like a corporate jet, flying his son to Ukraine and Mexico. It's quite disturbing of the official acts that the whistleblowers have tied into instances of official conduct.
And your same question, James Comer.
Yeah, look, we had the FBI 1023 form that alleged bribery, but yet the FBI refused to investigate it. Now we find there were more informants that accused the Bidens of accepting bribes. And you look at what happened with Burisma, with firing the prosecutor Shokin, who was investigating Burisma. That was a quid pro quo. Remember, the Democrats impeached Donald Trump for asking about Joe Biden's quid pro quo. Joe Biden committed the ultimate quid pro quo with our tax dollars, leveraging $1 billion of tax dollars to get a prosecutor fired who was investigating his son. And then you look at what he's done with China. We believe he's compromised because of the millions of dollars he's taken from China.
And his son continued to get paid, didn't he? All right.
Yes.
Thank you both, Chairman Comer and Chairman Smith. We appreciate it. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.